Welcome to the Miracles and Wellness Podcast. My name is Clarissa Booker, and I'm your life and wellness coach, and also a beauty expert. I am so happy and grateful that you are here. We'll be discussing all things health and wellness, feeling empowered, and loving yourself more, while connecting your mind, body, and spirit. Always know that you can manifest whatever you desire for your greater well-being in your life, because I believe that miracles are for everyone. Hey there, friends. Hope you are having a wonderful day. It is a little chilly here, but spring is on the horizon. In a couple of weeks, we keep getting a little dab in and out, so I am ready. And maybe that season change is going to have you thinking about more goals, because after March, we have April, and we got the quarter over. So what kind of goals do we have going on now, right? That you might be trying to pray for a specific outcome, right? So saying you want to slim down, you're like, I want to lose 20 pounds and I want to do it in this specific way. I only want to run or something like that, right? But instead of doing that, just try turning it over, just forgetting whatever it is that you think that you need. Because sometimes we don't know. We have these thoughts in our head, and sometimes they're not coming to us and they're not manifesting for a number of reasons. And maybe one of those, because it's not what it is that you need. So instead of praying for something, that specific outcome, just try giving it over. What is for me of my highest good? All right. So maybe you do need to lose weight, but maybe there's some other things going on there too. Maybe your stress levels are super high, and maybe you need to work on your blood sugar because maybe the doctor told you it's pre-diabetic. Maybe your mom has diabetes. Maybe dad does, all these things going on, but you're just so focused on this one thing because say you have an event, say be like, look, I'm about to go to the beach and I'm just trying to look nice, but thinking about a bigger picture, maybe there's something else going on there. So instead of doing that, just try surrendering to the universe and saying a prayer for that instead, right? And noticing if any fear comes up. Because a lot of times it does. Sometimes that's that fear that's keeping us from doing things, and it's being disguised as other things when we're making up excuses, right? So you can be like, I'm just going to sit here and let go. And God, I want you to tell me what it is that I need, okay? Because then other things will start unfolding. So just trying to get rid of these limiting beliefs. If you have fear up there, thinking you can't do something. So you might be telling yourself that you can't meditate and you want to meditate because that's something you want to incorporate in for stress levels and to help your psyche get recentered, and maybe lifting weights as well. And you're like, it's just too much for me. So you're telling yourself these things and it's keeping you from doing that, because whenever it's time for you to say, sit down and meditate, you're like, I can't do it. So then you go and you have problems with it, right? You're like, I can't do it. So then you're incapable at this moment of doing it, instead of telling yourself that you can, or even, giving yourself that permission to let go, right? Because then that whatever you tell yourself will become your truth. Okay. So we don't want whatever that limiting belief is to become our truth. Okay. So we don't want to go back to saying we don't want to pray for a specific outcome. Because if you have something in your mind that might go along with whatever you are telling yourself. So just being able to turn that over so that you can be always open to receive whatever that God wants to tell you. Okay. So that it can help you get to that place. Because it might not just be about your weight. It could be something more bigger. And even if that is definitely part of it, you being open to the creative solutions, a new way to obtain that goal. Because if it's stress and it's making you eat and all these other things, it's just becoming this trickle effect, then you need to figure out ways to help out with that, right? To help relieve that and release all that stress out of your life. And if you're not open to it, then you're not even going to be thinking about it. And then you're going to be trying to do X, Y, and Z. And you'll be wondering why your results aren't coming, because that's missing. Okay. So figuring out what that is. And then upon letting go, you're going to start to feel better, right? And you ever notice that it's easier to attract something towards you whenever you're more positive, when you're in alignment, when you're in a peaceful place, when you're feeling happy or joyous, all of these things. So also whenever you're not feeling stressed and overwhelmed, it'll be easier for you to attract these things to you. Okay. So say there's something that you want and you're just thinking about it and your mind is just going all over the place. Once you allow yourself that space to sit down and relax and you're open in your relaxed state, you start noticing things. You start noticing the answers to whatever it is that you are desiring, whatever that is that you are seeking. And things start coming to you, because whenever you're heightened, you're not going to see it. You're going to be kind of blocked off. You're going to feel stuck. And so you got to give yourself that space, even if it's just a couple of minutes, do whatever it is. And then you can extend that, but just allowing yourself that so that it can come to you. You have to make space for new things to come in, right? So say you want a new opportunity. You can't accept it unless you get rid of whatever that is that you do not want anymore. You just have to think about it. It makes sense if you think about it, because if your plate is completely filled up, how are you going to allow something new to come in? If you want something, whatever this is that you are desiring, if you don't have a space for it, it could be right in front of your face. Then when it's there, what are you going to do? If you can't have it because there's nowhere for it to go and your day is completely filled up, then it's not going to benefit you. Okay. So then having that joy, because now you made all this space available, it will definitely benefit you. So if you are looking to lose those 20 pounds per se, and you allow a different outcome to come, right? You'd be like, I am open to creative experience. God, let me know what it is. And then just things start coming in. It'd be like, whoa. So then if you find this way to relieve stress and the opportunity is going to come, you have to be open to receive it. So did you make the space for it to come into your life? And if you did, you bring it in, you'd be like, man, that felt so good. And then your stress levels start going down, right? And then you are able to focus on the next step that's going to happen for you. There was also somebody I was working with who was like really burnt out, and she just wanted to free up more time and just feel less overwhelmed. Sometimes that could happen, and overwhelm can actually be a good thing depending on how you think about it, because you might have wanted to get to a certain spot, and you worked really hard and you made it happen, right? And so that's good. So that's actually kind of like a blessing. And we think about it in that way. We always want to try to think about things in positive, right? But she was feeling burnt out because she doesn't have her boundaries, in place. And she was just not making time for the proper self-care. And I will always say this, we have to put ourselves first. And especially as women, as entrepreneurs, we want to take care of everybody. You love somebody, you want to put them before you. And then if you are an entrepreneur, you have a lot on your plate that you're dealing with. You might be managing teams, you're wearing a whole lot of hats. I mean, just like all the things, right? And it can creep up real quick if we don't check it. And sometimes we don't. We make excuses and we're like, well, I got to do this, got to do that, and all of these things, right? And as she was trying to figure out a way to reset her life, bring in more self-care, and not feel so overwhelmed, she had a specific idea that she wanted to implement, right? So that in her mind, this was going to help her. It was actually a very good option. But at the same time, I'm like, that's cool, but also try to figure out a bigger picture, right? Try giving that over and just trying to surrender to answers to come to you. She was a little hesitant at first, but just because she had a tunnel vision of what she wanted to do. But I'm like, if that's still the answer, boom, let's do that. Let's work towards that. But then when she did that, she just started relaxing, and then she just started getting other ideas as well, which part of it was a little in alignment with what she had done before, but she started getting other things coming to her. And so we set out to make this happen. And then upon that coming to her, she is even more happy now than if she would have did the first one, right? It's not saying that what she first thought was incorrect, but just letting go, because sometimes we want one thing, but we don't really know what it is, right? That's for us, of the highest good. And when she did that, it was amazing. And then she just got a bigger picture. She started taking steps to implement something else. And now she's even more happy, relaxed, doing even better, right? So just learning to be able to surrender, because sometimes we hold on so tight because you want to be in control, right? We want to know what's going to happen, when, all of these things, right? And when we just let go and let God, things start falling more into place, and you just feel so much better. You're more relaxed. It still might not be easy, but, those answers will keep coming. And once you're opening to receive, it'll fall more into place, right? So just another aspect on trying to reach those goals, whatever they might be, all right? So I hope you received this message today. It is always a blessing for me to be here with you guys. And also don't forget, if you are trying to incorporate more plants onto your plate, because we know that it helps out with our health or weight loss, environment, all those things. All right, go to bit.ly/kickstart plants. That's bit.ly/kickstart plants. And the link is always in the show notes. All right, until next time.
If you like my mommy show, leave a review. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much for coming by. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a written review. Until next time, love and light.